Hey guys, I'm Andrew.
It's Jimmy.
Welcome to KickoutKings.
Our first YouTube video. If you've seen us on TikTok, you're like, oh, it's about time. Yes, we're still filming with a phone and tripod. We're still learning how to edit. If you have any advice on either of those, please drop them down in the comments below. We're trying to make this the best we can. We're balling on a budget here. This isn't our job, obviously, but this is our first YouTube video, and we're super excited. We're going to be coming at you guys with a prediction for the first ever two-night SummerSlam.
2 nights.
The loser will be taking a punishment, so drop down what you guys want to see for the punishment down below. Hopefully I can win. A little bit about ourselves before we start. My name is Jimmy. I'm 25 years old. I've been watching wrestling since SummerSlam 2004 was my first show. So this will be my 21st SummerSlam. I've been watching for 21 years. Andrew's been watching since
about 2011, 2012 is as far as I remember.
So about 13, 14 years. So we have a bit of a difference in this. But again, we love professional wrestling. Wanted to give our comments out in the public, hear everybody else's opinions, get to meet wrestling fans, get to know more people, and just, have fun with this.
Yeah.
So with that being said, let's get into the predictions. So obviously they don't have the SummerSlam order right now, so we're just going to be kind of winging it. We're going to start with all the women's matches, and then we're going to go into all the men's matches. Again, we waited as long as we could. We're still learning how to edit. We're trying to get this out Friday, August 1st, so we had to make this now. So if any matches are added on, they'll be on the TikTok. So with the first match we have going, we're going to start with the triple threat for the women's world the world title. We have Io Sky versus Rhea Ripley versus the champion Naomi. Who do you have and why?
I have Naomi retaining. Feels like it's too soon to have her drop the belt. Also, just feel like Rhea and Io are kind of in this weird spot. Neither of them need the title. So I just think Naomi's going to retain. Now, whether she drops it Clash in Paris to Stephanie, that remains to be seen. But I have her retaining.
We start with an agreement. I have Naomi retaining for a lot of the reasons you said. She just cashed in with a very surprising cash in. And I don't think she's going to lose the title this soon. I want Io to win because I'm a huge Io fan. I like Rhea, but I love Io. But I just think Naomi's going to win. I think it's way too early to take the belt off her. I like the heel Naomi and everything.
It's definitely an interesting character on her.
I like it. I've always liked Naomi. Feel the glow. She's from Orlando, which we live and everything. So I've always been a Naomi fan, but I want Io to win. But I'm going to love it when Naomi retains. The next match we have on the card is Lyra Valkyria versus Becky Lynch for the Women's Intercontinental Championship in a no DQ last chance match. I think no DQ. Lyra can't challenge for the belt when Becky has it. So who do you have and why?
I have Becky retaining. I would love Lyra to win the title back after she was the inaugural champion. I just think that Bayley's going to turn possibly or have some sort of interference in this match, and I just see Becky retaining.
Our second match is also an agreement. I have Becky retaining because I think Bayley's going to turn on Lyra. I think they're going to finally pull the trigger on her being a heel again. Like you said, when she first won the women's IC title, when I've always liked Lyra, I liked her work in NXT. I wanted Dakota Kai to be the first women's IC champion. But Lyra has really grown on me, and I would love for Lyra to win this match because I like what they're doing with her as a character, and I like her. She's a great wrestler, obviously. But I do think Bayley's going to, turn on her and side with Becky, and I think Becky's going to walk out the champ.
Interesting take. Interesting.
Next on the card, we have Tiffany Stratton defending her women's championship against the Queen of the Ring winner, Jade Cargill. Who do you have and why?
I have Tiffany retaining. It is Tiffy time. I do think that Jade has been improving in the ring and on the mic, but I do think Tiffany retains. I think Bianca and Jade is probably the end game at the moment. But other than that, I think Tiffany's been doing pretty good. Hasn't had the greatest reign ever. Been a little stale at moments, but I think they let her keep the title.
Our first disagreement. I actually have Jade Cargill winning. I think Tiffany's reign's been okay. Haven't loved it. Haven't hated it. I was happy when she beat Charlotte at Mania. That match versus Nia, the last woman standing, it was pretty good. But I just feel like there's a lot of people who get the title and then they kind of stop doing things with them, and it's kind of annoying. Happened to Io on Raw, which I hated.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I have Jade winning. I think that the end goal is Bianca versus Jade. a heel Bianca at that. Maybe at Rumble, maybe at Mania. Mania makes the most sense, but then again, we are super far out from Mania. I have quite a few Mania matches booked in my head, but it is very far out. I just have Jade winning. I think they're finally going to strap the rocket to her, and eventually Bianca, when her finger is all right, she's gonna come back, and they're gonna. I think it's eventually going to be heel Bianca versus face Jade, and I think that's like the money match where they put the title on the line.
Okay.
Next on the card, we have the women's tag team title match as Judgment Day being Roxanne Perez and Raquel Rodriguez defending against the team of Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair.
Woo!
Who do you have and why?
I think that pretty much puts my my thing out there. I think Charlotte and Alexa win. I don't think that they lose again after they lost at Evolution. I think from WWE's perspective, it's a giant cash cow at the moment. They can't miss this opportunity with the ovations and the pops that Charlotte's been getting. Just too big to miss out on. I've got them winning the titles.
We're back to agreements. I also have Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair winning. Again, the reactions that Charlotte's been getting since going with Alexa are just huge. I'll be the first one to tell you. Ever for a while now, I've always said Charlotte Flair is great in the ring, but I hate her in character. I hate her character with a passion. And, since she got with Alexa, the cheers have been great. That shirt that they have that says "We're not friends, allies of convenience," it's sold out. You went to go buy one.
Yeah, they don't
and it
have
was
them.
sold out. I've always loved Alexa Bliss, heel, face, doesn't matter to me. I've always put her over as one of the best in the business, and I'm happy to see Charlotte finally getting cheered.
It's about time.
Yeah, so I also have Charlotte and Alexa winning. I think Liv's going to get involved, maybe accidentally cost them, and then it's going to come down to a storyline where Raquel has to choose between Liv and Roxanne. She's probably going to choose Roxanne because I think when Liv comes back, they don't have a choice. They have to make her a face. Now, whether she takes Dominic or not, that's a different story. But she has to be a face because there's just no way they bring her back as a heel.
Yeah, I mean, I think we agree on this one. Pretty self-explanatory. Nothing else to be said, honestly.
Yep. So we both have Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair becoming the new women's tag team champions. So this match is not on the SummerSlam card. It absolutely should be, but it's not. And before I get pissed off, let's just go into it. We have Julia versus Zelina is scheduled for the U.S. women's title on the SmackDown before SummerSlam. It really should be on the card because you can make room for your women's U.S. championship on the card.
Why they made them.
And I'm a big Julia fan, and she deserves to be on the SummerSlam card. However, hopefully there's like an interference or like a DQ or something, and they add it to SummerSlam. I'm praying because Julia and Zelina deserve to be on SummerSlam. But we're going to make the predictions here just in case they do get added into SummerSlam. Either way, I have Julia winning. It makes the most sense. She's a badass. She deserves it. I love Zelina Vega, but Julia is just absolutely amazing, and it would be absolutely idiotic to take the title off her.
I've got Julia retaining if this does go to SummerSlam. No reason to take the title off her. She's young, upcoming. Just made her debut a couple weeks ago, maybe months at this point. But yeah, no reason to take it off of her.
And yes, we did switch seats. I can touch the floor. He can't. He needs the leg up room, and my knee was starting to hurt.
All right, guys. Moving on to the men's matches. Next, we got Jacob Fatu versus Solo for the U.S. title in a steel cage match. Jim, what do you got?
This is a match that I'm actually very excited for. I have Solo Sikoa winning, just because he just won the title from Jacob, and yes, Jacob's red hot, and I love Jacob Fatu as much as I love Solo. But I think you could maybe move Fatu into like the world title picture. I could honestly see them doing that, at least around it, like being like a high level mid carder or like in the main event where I think he should be. I think Solo with the U.S. title is nice. He can carry it on the mic. He's good in the ring. So I'm hoping he retains it because I just don't want to see the hot potato go back and forth.
Yeah,
like we did with like we're gonna see, like maybe we'll see with the women's IC title, but I have Solo Sikoa retaining the championship.
I'm gonna disagree with him. I have Jacob Fatu re-winning the title. Love Solo on the mic. Jacob's a big star. The steel cage is an interesting stipulation. You don't know about the MFT, anything, kind of if they're going to interfere or whatnot, but I do have Jacob Fatu winning this match. I'm thinking maybe a Mighty Moonsault off the top of the steel cage.
See, I like where you're going with that, but I can also see him doing that and like
killing everyone
and like Solo moving, and that costs Fatu.
That could be it.
There's a few things I'm excited for this match, honestly.
Yeah, honestly.
I know Tala Tonga his tall ass ain't getting up there. So we'll see. We'll see what the rest of them do.
All right, guys. All right, guys. Next match, we got Randy and Jelly Roll versus Logan and Drew.
Now, obviously, I don't know if it's a work or a shoot with the whole Drew McIntyre being locked out of or like
Locked in England.
Locked in England. I hope it might be real, but either way, I hope it gets back in time because I'm actually like
I don't care.
I'm weirdly excited for this match because I really want to see like the effort that Jelly Roll has put in.
Yeah.
Like I think he's the X factor for this match. I have Randy Orton and Jelly Roll winning because it's the first ever 2-night SummerSlam. They're probably going to have like the big baby faces win, especially with the celebrity.
Yeah.
Like they do with old wrestlers like back in the day and stuff like that.
WrestleMania 1.
Yeah, WrestleMania 1, Bam Bam, and then you had the Bam Bam Bigelow versus Lawrence Taylor at WrestleMania and Shaq and Floyd Money Mayweather and it's just like they'll probably give it to the celebrity, which
Probably.
I hope that Jelly Roll has been taking this seriously. Have been hearing that he's been taking it seriously, working with a lot of wrestlers at the performance center.
We saw that black hole slam.
Yeah,
on
he
Monday.
looked all right on SmackDown, so we'll see how it goes. But I have Randy and Jelly Roll.
I have Randy and Jelly Roll as well. I'd love to see Jelly Roll pin Logan just for fun. Just because Logan's been talking a lot, but I don't see Logan and Drew winning this. Maybe Drew and Logan after this they feud.
I can see like a Drew Claymore Logan, and that starts that. I wouldn't mind that feud.
That's what I see. So we both agree on this match. Nothing really else. Let's go Jelly Roll. All right, guys. It brings us to our third men's match. AJ Styles versus Dirty Dom, the best Mysterio, of course, for the IC title. Let's go ahead and hear your opinions and thoughts.
Now, look, he's not the best Mysterio of all time.
100% is. Not up for debate.
Goddamn kids. I have Dom retaining. If AJ wins, I see a feud that he can have for the IC title later on. That'll come at a later prediction. I could see that, but I don't think they're going to take the title off Dom. I'm debating. I don't know. Like we said with the women's tag match, like Liv's going to get involved. I have a 70% feeling that Dom's going to go with Liv and be a face, or they're going to at least try to make him a face, or maybe I don't know. Either way, I just have Dom retaining. I don't really see AJ winning, which I'm cool with either one, but I just see Dom retaining.
I've got Dirty Dom winning as well. AJ could win. Kind of set up a couple matches, maybe him and Cena down the line eventually if he doesn't win. But yeah, I can see him going back to TNA. Also, him and a couple
Slater.
People from TNA. Maybe him and Trick.
I could see like a weird thing where like he goes to Bound for Glory, faces Trick for the TNA title, wins it, and vacates it because he's technically not there anymore, just to give him like a swan song.
Yeah.
Which he's probably the biggest star in their company's history.
Yeah.
Him,
probably.
Samoa Joe, Christopher Daniels, that triple threat match at Unbreakable. I can't remember the year, but it was Unbreakable, and like they had a fantastic match. Like he's probably the biggest star in TNA.
Yeah, so history. I mean, we both agree on Dirty Dom winning. It would be kind of a shocker if AJ did win. But yeah, we both think Dirty Dom.
Yeah, I just don't see him losing the title right now. I don't think he loses it until him versus Finn happens, honestly. I think he'll lose it to Finn.
That probably will be the case.
Which,
we love that.
We love Balor Club over here.
Pin Balor for a reason. All right, guys, next match, we've got Roman and Jay versus my faction, Braun.
No, you're wearing the factions shirt. You're wearing...
the leader.
Yeah, leader. Where's the leader, huh? With that being said, there are rumors that this is going to be night one main event. I hope it's not.
Nope, I hope
I'm interested in the match. I just don't want it to be the night one main event. But, it's Roman, so...
Money!
They're probably going to do it. It's the Yeet Man, which I like Jey Uso. I'm kind of annoyed that, like, after he lost the title, he was never... Like, he didn't even really get serious. Notice how he's wearing a Seth shirt. I'm wearing a Dean shirt. Nobody has a Roman shirt. We like Roman. It's just he's not our favorite from the Shield. But I have Braun and Bronson winning, actually. I think if you're going to make them a faction, you got to make them look strong. And, I have a hot take. I think Braun Breaker pins Roman Reigns.
Oh.
If they do lose, Jay will probably take the pin.
Yeah.
But I think if you want to make the group look like severely strong, super strong. Make them like have Braun Breaker pin Roman Reigns. Like obviously Braun Breaker's out of the two of them, he's the one that's going to get more of a push. He's the
Yeah,
one that is usually the one wrestling. So I mean, I just think if you want to make them look strong, especially in Seth's absence, and
we don't know if
who
he's really gone,
yeah,
but he
what
might be.
the plans that they might have for like I have Braun Breaker winning the Rumble, and I think it's gonna be Breaker versus Rollins at Mania 42.
That could be dope.
But I just think if you want to make them look strong right now, up leading up to the breakup, you can you should have Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed win, or they could make them lose, and then Seth starts getting infuriated with them. But
I don't
I
see
just
that happening.
I just think you should make them look strong.
Yeah. I'm gonna go opposite. I'm gonna go Roman and Jay. I heard a rumor that SummerSlam tickets doubled in pricing and in like availability, like how many people bought them after Roman was announced. I don't know how true that is. It probably is pretty true. But again, cash cow, Mr. Yeet Man, Braun and Braun. I don't think that Braun and Braun win. Personal opinion though. I just see Roman and Jay winning. I don't see no way the two of them lose.
If Braun that team does lose, we know Bronson Reed's taking the pin. There's
100%.
100,000%. I'd put my life savings on it, but I don't. I just think if you want the faction to look strong, especially in Seth's absence, they should win, and I think Breaker should pin Roman. I
He had a
think
good
that would.
idea. We don't know 100% this true, but I think the original plan for this match was
Oh
Seth and Braun versus Roman and the Usos. Unfortunately, Seth's injury kind of messed everything up, so Jimmy had to get cut out of this.
yeah, I've been saying this since Saturday Night Main Event. As
Yeah,
soon as he got hurt, and they announced like we figured this was the way they were going for SummerSlam. I looked at him and I said, I'm pretty sure it was supposed to be Seth, Bronson, and Braun versus the Usos and Roman, and I would have honestly preferred that match.
100%.
But we get this match will still be pretty good.
Yeah.
But make Braun look strong.
Yep. All right, guys, brings us to the most chaotic, the most overbooked, the best stipulation of the card, the six-pack ladder match, TLC actually,
TLC.
of the men's SmackDown tag titles. You've got Andrade and Phoenix, the Wyatt Six, Machine Gun,
Motor City Machine
Motor City
Guns,
Machine Guns,
Fraxium,
Fraxium, DIY,
DIY, and
and
the
Street
Street
Profits.
Profits. This is the match I am most excited for, in all honesty. Just because I'm glad that they're finally putting the tag titles on like a pay per view,
Finally,
which they should. They honestly should be. It's a 2 night
pointless
SummerSlam. You have enough to make some other matches too. But I'm just glad this is on the card. Like this has been building
for
for
months.
like months. It feels like, and I'm super excited. Now this is the double-edged sword with so many teams. I think this match is probably the most unpredictable to pick
Yeah,
because of the amount of teams. For me, at least, I want either Fraxium or the Wyatt Six to retain. I really like what they're doing with the Wyatt Six. Make them look a little bit stronger, but I like what they're doing all in all. Fraxium has been probably my favorite tag team since the Usos broke up and everything, and they're just phenomenal individually and especially as a team. So I want either of those two to win, but I do have the Wyatt Six retaining. I think maybe even two teams from SmackDown will probably get moved to Raw after
they
after
have to. There's too
SummerSlam.
many tag teams.
If they're doing like a draft or something after SummerSlam, I think one, maybe even two of the teams. Like I could see the Street Profits going to Raw,
That could be good.
and I don't know who else they would send. I
Maybe
think
DIY.
Andrade. I think Andrade is going to turn on Dragon or on Ray Phoenix, and that's going to be a match later on down the road. But I have the Wyatt Six retaining. But honestly, I don't really care who wins. I'm excited for all of them, but I really want either the Wyatt Six or Fraxium to win.
We just want pure carnage. We need 30 tables, 30 ladders.
I don't even care if they're Slim Jim tables at this point, for Christ's sake.
I want Fraxium to win. I have Fraxium winning. I think everybody else in the match has either had the titles, they've been in the picture, they've been at the top. I don't think that anybody else in this group really deserves the titles as much as Fraxium does. Like I said, they're the only ones that really haven't been there. I understand they haven't been there long, but I do think that they deserve the recognition, and I think they could have a lengthy run, put on some great matches in the future, maybe WrestleMania, them versus the Usos. I'm just saying.
if they're going to do that. But
That could be
the
good.
thing with this one is if you look at each team, the Street Profits just lost the tag
They've
titles.
had the
I
titles.
think they're going to move to Raw. Them versus Judgment Day, I could see being a tag team title feud. I'm
Yep.
cool with that. The Motor City Machine Guns, I've always liked them. Especially, I liked them in TNA, even individually. Alex Shelley and Chris Sabin. You know, Chris Sabin was a former TNA World Champion
Yep.
and stuff like that. I don't see them winning. Andrade and Ray Phoenix. I have Andrade turning on Ray Phoenix eventually, and doing something with that. Fraxium. I think you could feed families with a Fraxium versus Wyatt Six feud, a
Yep.
proper feud just between the two of them. And then you have DIY, which
They've already won multiple times.
yeah, they've already won multiple times. I like Johnny Gargano, but I'm a huge Tommaso Ciampa fan. I loved heel Ciampa. That was my boy.
Black and gold.
Him and Goldie. But they might go to Raw too. I
Yeah.
could see them going to Raw, but I think Fraxium or the Wyatt Six should win, and I have the Wyatt Six winning. But if Fraxium won, I'd be ecstatic. I'm just hoping for a great match.
Yep. That's really all we got for this match. So we do disagree on this one. So this is gonna be one of what, 3 or
We'll look, and then
we'll tally them up at the
on the outro, we'll tell you how many we disagree with.
All right, guys. This brings us to Sami Zayn versus Karrion Kross. Well, take it away, Jimmy.
So the reason he's not going to say much before this is because he knows I'm a huge Karrion Kross guy. I have Karrion Kross winning. I think he needs it more than Sammy does. And like I hinted at earlier, with if AJ won the IC title, I think if he won the IC title, I think his first feud would be Kross because they had that whole thing, but they never really followed it up.
No,
It
they
kind of just
transitioned.
he went from AJ to Sammy back and forth, and then he kind of just stuck on Sammy. The match in Riyadh for Night of Champions was his first match since his first PLE since WrestleMania 40, which I just find insane.
Wild.
And I think he should have won there, but I can see they might have gave him the loss because that'll get him more popular and all that stuff. But he needs the win on a big stage like SummerSlam. I think he should get the win, and I think if he gets the win, I think if Roman and Jay main event night 1 against Bronson and Braun, I think Sammy might turn and help Braun and Bronson win.
Interesting take.
Maybe Karrion beats him into the heel.
I've got Karrion as well. Not much more else to be said. Number one merch seller at the moment. Crowds love him. Everybody really loves him at this point. Super Sammy's still alive somehow. But yeah, Karrion needs this win. Sammy doesn't need it. He can take an L and still be moving forward. Kross needs to win.
Because the crowd's never wrong. We want Kross. Damn it. I want Kross. We need Kross. The devil,
All right, guys. This brings us to what should be the night 1 main event. Not 100% sure. Hasn't been confirmed. I think it should be, though. Gunther versus Punk for the World Heavyweight Championship. Jim?
I got the Ring General. I have Gunther winning. I could see a way where they let Punk win, and then maybe Seth cashes in on him eventually. But Seth did make that statement that Punk would never be a champion.
Never have a champion with
him around. So does Seth make it happen? I don't know. Does maybe he send Braun and Bronson to make it happen? I don't know.
Possible.
There's a lot of ways that it can go, but I ultimately have Gunther winning. I'm mainly saying that because I'm waiting and praying that Ilya Dragunov comes back soon because I need an Ilya. I would love it. I need an Ilya versus Gunther rematch for the world title. Would I hate if they gave it to Ilya? No, but that's a story for a different time. Now, however, right now, I think it just makes the most sense to keep it with Gunther. And I don't know what you're going to do at Punk, but I just don't think it makes sense for Punk to win and for Gunther to lose it right now.
I've got Gunther as well. I think my boy may have something to do with that match. Maybe, like Jim said, he's not going to let him win the title. I also think that it's just his second reign as World Heavyweight Champions. Been a little short if they're going to cut it here. I don't know what's in his future if he does beat Punk. God forbid another Jay rematch. Please no.
I think because he beat Jay for it and how over Jay is, I think they're going to let him hold on to it longer because If he beat Jay for it with how over Jay was, and then he loses it so quick, I just think that makes him look bad, and like it kind of makes it look pointless to the point where like you should have just kept it on Jay at that point. But I could see Punk winning, but ultimately I have Gunther winning because I'm mainly just hoping for an Ilya versus Gunther World Heavyweight title match.
All right, night 2 main event, the Never Seen 17 versus the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes. We're going to start with this match with Jim and his predictions.
Now, like I said earlier in the card, or earlier in the video, he planned most of his matches who he thought was going to win. I'm did
still
not.
Debating.
As we sat down for all of these matches, I had mine guessed on the fly, so I don't think I will be winning these predictions. However, I'm not very confident with this answer because other than the tag match, I think some crazy shit might happen. The Rock could get involved. Seth could make an appearance. Cody and Cena could do a double turn.
That'd be dope.
They could start the double turn. There's so many things that I think can just happen in this match. But sitting down right now, having to make this video because it takes us a while to edit, I don't have time to think. I just have to say F it and go. I have John Cena retaining. I don't know why I have Cena retaining. It's more of like a penile feeling, but we'll see what that leads me to. I don't know. I really don't know how this match is going to go. I don't know who's going to get involved, who's not going to get involved, who's going to get kicked in the dick with it being a street fight.
Unsanctioned
dick kicking. But I don't know. I have a feeling that it's going to be Cody, but Cena, but I wouldn't be completely surprised if Cody did retain or get the belt back.
Just before this, this match has been going through my head for a couple minutes. I am going to go with the Never Seen 17 to retain. Originally, I think I had Cody winning. I really want the double turn. I don't think they do it though in one shot. I think they plant the seed now, and a couple weeks from now, a couple months from now, it drags on, and eventually it happens. Maybe even Seth cashes in at SummerSlam if they do the double turn. I don't know. Like he said, there's so many things. But I'm going with Cena to retain and keep the belt.
I don't know. Again, there's just a lot of things that could happen in this particular match. Man, I don't know. It's crazy to be watching this, and I know it kind of like makes no sense, but we were at Saturday Night Main Event in Tampa when Cody came back. So like, and I just hope this match is better than what it was at Mania. Because as much as
very disappointing,
Cena's in my top 5 favorite wrestlers of all time, Cody's in my top 10, top 15. That match was just it wasn't good. I'm not going to sit here and try to sugarcoat it. It was bad. So I really just hope, I don't care who wins, I really just hope it's a better match than it was at WrestleMania.
Has to be. There's no way it's worse.
There's no way they can make it worse, especially this being a street fight and not just a regular one-on-one wrestling match. So it's got to be better than their Mania affair. So there it is, guys. You have our predictions for the first ever 2-night SummerSlam, which we are very excited to watch. We hope that it's just a good show all in all. With that being said,
make sure to like the video, comment, subscribe. There will be a punishment for the loser of this predictions. We will be posting that on the TikTok. Go ahead and follow us at KickoutKings. Anything else, Jim?
No, we hope that we can entertain you guys with these videos, and we hope that you guys decide to like and subscribe. Like we said, drop down in the comments anything you think we can do better, any upgrades we can do. We're balling on a budget.
Yep.
We tried to make the background look as cool as we could. We're working with natural light as much as we can. But if you have any editing advice or like video advice, just any advice you can do to give us to help us out, we'd appreciate it. And like we said, our link to the TikTok will be down below. DM us, follow us. We usually follow back, and we'll always DM back, and we look at the comments and stuff. So we're very appreciative, and we're very excited for the journey that we can hopefully get started with you guys. With that being said, always remember and never forget, believe
in
Kick Out Kings.